And now that this unprecedented league phase has come to the close, it's time for the Champions Club Team of the League phase. Now, this was pretty difficult for us to put together. Tony Meola has put together this team.
This is incredible. He spent so much
this
time.
was like an algebra problem putting this thing together. No one wants to pick defenders, by the way. Everyone wants to pick forwards and goal scorers. But we said we have to have a goalkeeper in the game, and we settled on 3 defenders is what we came up with.
I mean, but the people don't understand. They think we just slapped this on a page. Like, this is after 8-hour day. Talk about getting good guys in the building. This guy's up doing the formation. He wanted the diamond in the midfield to sort of fit them better. Obviously, our biggest challenge is trying to get the best players and the best storylines into this team, into this formation. So
let's talk through who we've gone for. Tony, I'll let you start.
Sommer, I think, is the obvious choice. We talked about Inter, 8 matches. He's only given up 1 goal, so he's got 7 clean sheets in this thing. I think out of all of these, he was one of the easier ones. I'll do the defenders. Bastoni's been outstanding, and I think in most of these teams we pick, he would be there. Virgil van Dijk is the Liverpool side who's won it. He's the captain of the team. And Gabriel, he's been outstanding as well for Arsenal. So we settled on this 4, and I think it's about as good I'll call him a back 4, if you will, with the goalkeeper, about as good as we could have gotten.
Marco, the midfield was probably the hardest to choose, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because we didn't want to choose natural midfielders. We're always trying to find ways to put really good attacking players into it, so that's why the formation's looking like this. I'll start with CDK, because he was one name that we all unanimously agreed on. He's the one that wasn't getting erased, to be involved in 9 goals in 8 Champions League matches. The Belgian player with the most involvements in the Champions League, and you think about the massive names like Lukaku and Hazard and KDB that have been involved in this competition. He was remarkable. De Bruyne, we had to have somebody from Atletico, and I think he's embodied the spirit of this team. De Paul. And Gravenberch, I mean, phenomenal with Liverpool. He really has given them the balance. So much of the conversation, too, with Liverpool this year was the 6. They thought they had to go out and buy it. He was there, and he's been their guy. And then Florian Wirtz. He is a pure 10. In this world, in this football environment that we don't really see 10s, we don't see this creativity, he's the one player that I watch week in and week out that I want to turn on the TV and watch because of the creativity that he has. He's one of the most exciting young players that I personally have seen in this Champions League, so he had to be in the squad.
Mike, up top?
Yeah, and up top, it's obviously Jonathan David, what he's done for Lille. Obviously, Lille were fantastic today. Also, get themselves on top 8. He's their biggest piece. He's their most important player, dangerous, scoring goals. Lewandowski, 36 years old. When he left Bayern, I'm certain Bayern were like, okay, he's at the end now. This guy's just getting better and better every single year, scoring a ton of goals, leading goal scorer in the competition, along with Jurassi at the moment as well. And I don't see him slowing down. And Raphinha, obviously his partner in crime, coming from Leeds United, you would have never imagined the heights he's hitting and the way that he can play. And he suits Barcelona perfectly. We could have fit so many other guys into this team, too. It was actually a big challenge.
I'm sure Kylian Mbappe and some of the Real Madrid players probably would have other ideas about this. But do you think this team would win the Champions League?
Oof.
Yeah. Of course, they don't have to go up against any other competition.
Yeah, we probably should have put a coach in here. I mean, they would certainly compete to win. I think it's hard to say that they would absolutely win it, but they would compete to win. There's no question.
I would say no. I mean, they're just too naked with there's not enough defensive players in there.
There's no big superstar. This is a reward for finishing in the top 8 in the table, right? There's no Mbappe, there's no Vinny Jr., like those types of players.
There's some pretty good players.
But there's some class in this group here. Anyone who's got any questions, just hit me up at Marco Messina at my Twitter
handle. How does he put these teams together? We want to know the process. What about players of the league phase? Who's really stood out for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay, and this isn't goalkeeper bias. I just don't think we've given him enough for what he's done. Oh, and the reason I'm gonna pick Sommer is because we talked about all this rotation, right? So somebody has to be sort of the steady guy, right? The guy that you depend on, the staple. So I went with Jan Center. I mean, it could be anybody, but I'll just give him a little bit of credit for what he's done.
Okay.
Zero arguments with that. We all agreed on Sommer. I'm going with Raphinha. I think just to see how well he's done under Hansi Flick and under this Barcelona side. I didn't know he had it in him for quite some time, for having watched him in the past. And to see him evolve in this system, he doesn't just score the goals. He's got 8 goals, but he's got 4 assists as well. So he's involved in so many different aspects. For me, every time I watched Barcelona play, he's the man that stands out.
We always knew he could be good, but the difference from when he was playing for Leeds and now what we're seeing here is unbelievable.
Big difference.
Yeah. Incredible. And I went with Lewandowski again. I just think played in a moment where there was Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, and probably fell a little bit underneath the praise that he should get, and inspiration, especially for us old guys, 36 years old, continuing to get better and work. And he adds not only the goal-scoring element, but I think also the element of being the most experienced guy in the group. And there's videos of him having fun at training and leading the way. And I think he's a leader for this team in a lot of different ways, not just as goal-scoring.
We've got less than a minute left. So I'm going to ask you to pick a winner as we stand now at the end of the league phase in terms of a team. Tony?
A Champions League winner?
Who's going to win the Champions League?
I'm going to go. Not Milan. I'm going to go Real Madrid.
Okay.
Oof. I'm going to go with Inter.
That's what I said before as well. I'm going with Inter. How about you, Adam?
I'm going to go Liverpool.
Okay.
I'm going boring,
Cover all
but
our bases.
I think they will do it.